In Washington state, akin to Oregon and California, the allowance of camping on public property and open drug use in cities has resulted in a surge of homelessness, escalating crime rates, business closures, and compromised public safety. Here is an interview of a drug user in Portland that is typical of Spokane and West Coast cities.
So how is it like being homeless in Portland?
It's a piece of cake, really. I mean, that's why you probably got so many out here, because they feed you 3 meals a day. You don't have to do but stay in your tent or party, or if you smoke a lot of dope, you can do that. You wake up, you go eat at Blanche, get high. Go eat at Blanche for lunch, get high. Go eat dinner, get high. And that's all you do all day long, every day. I'm being honest.
While the city of Spokane and other West Coast cities find themselves under siege, it is important to acknowledge that not all cities across the United States face these challenges, as they do not permit camping on public property and open drug use. We looked at some other cities that are like Spokane but are not on the West Coast: Nashville, Tennessee, Wichita, Kansas, and Boise, Idaho. While Boise and Wichita share a similar population with Spokane, Nashville's is larger. But whether similar or different, camping on public property makes Spokane stand out, and not in a good way. We looked on streets and under viaducts in each city. In all 3 cities, we witnessed the same results. There was no criminal activity, no drug use, and no camping on public property. It was safe to walk on the sidewalks and under bridges. On the other hand, Spokane's viaducts and streets where camping on public property has been allowed is notorious for being littered with campers, trash, and feces. On the streets and underneath the viaducts, a stark truth emerged. Spokane, with its smaller population, has the highest number of unhoused individuals. It is clear Spokane, like other Western cities, has allowed camping on public property, and it has made being homeless easy. Fortunately, the mayor of Spokane has worked hard to remove camping under the viaducts, and now they are cleaner. However, camping is breaking out in other areas of the city, and we must stop all camping on public property. How did Spokane get here? In 2017, the City Council, under the leadership of then Council President Ben Stuckart, approved camping on public property. Fast forward 4 years, and Spokane became home to the largest homeless camp in the state of Washington, Camp Hope. Camp Hope was in one of the lowest income neighborhoods in the state, the East Central neighborhood. And while Camp Hope invaded and occupied the low-income neighborhood, the neighborhood suffered a tremendous uptick in crime. The poorest neighborhoods are the most vulnerable, and most of the time take on the largest challenges compared to more affluent neighborhoods. Can you imagine a Camp Hope at Spokane's Manitou Park? It would never be allowed. In fact, 18 homeless centers are in the downtown or low-income neighborhoods that surround downtown. None are in the middle-class or upper-income neighborhoods. In the meantime, in the last 6 years since the City Council's camping policy change, there has been a significant increase in homelessness in Spokane, 92%, compared to an almost no increase in the USA. At the same time, despite an increase in shelter beds, the gap between available beds and the unhoused population has widened significantly. Simply adding more beds is not the solution to Spokane's unhoused issue. In truth, the City Council's policy has been detrimental to Spokane's unhoused crisis. Spokane has added all these shelter beds, yet Spokane has more unhoused individuals than ever. According to the Spokane Police Department, SPD, when encountering vagrants and campers on public property, many of them are from other cities. We looked at recent arrests, and 50% or more of the individuals arrested were from outside the Spokane area. It is clear to police and sheriffs that Spokane's policy of allowing camping on public property combined with free benefits is attracting individuals from outside Spokane. With such a large population of unhoused individuals in downtown, local downtown businesses have also witnessed a substantial uptick in crime and drug use. 10 years ago, very few businesses locked their bathroom doors, and now almost all buildings and businesses must secure their restrooms. The Spokane Police Department faces ongoing challenges as criminals arrested often return to the streets within hours. The undersized and overcrowded jail lacks sufficient capacity to house offenders, resulting in their release back into the community where they can continue their drug addiction and engage in criminal activities.
Officers recently arrested a woman for using fentanyl in public. They cited her to court where she will be offered services and then located her less than an hour later, again using illegal drugs in public.
In order to avoid the early release of criminals, we need a new jail with a minimum of 1,000 beds. The jail should be located outside Spokane's populated area at Geiger or a similar location. The Spokane Transit Authority, STA Plaza in the heart of downtown Spokane, has made the decision to close their first-floor bathrooms, leaving long lines for the second-floor bathrooms. Despite employing a sizable security detail, STA has been unable to effectively manage and control the rampant crime and drug use within their facility. The facility itself was constructed incorrectly and lends itself to criminal behavior.
I served as sheriff of Spokane County for almost 17 years. During that time, the STA Plaza was one of the highest crime areas in the region. Today, it is a magnet for the criminal element. It's time to replace the plaza. It needs to be vacated. It needs to be replaced with a bus transfer station that is designed for today's best practices. A design that will better serve the public, a design that will help eliminate and reduce crime in the Spokane downtown area. For those of you who are in current office, it's time to make that decision, and it's time to do what's right for the citizens of Spokane.
Spokane residents have the power to shape our community's future. Consider these issues. 1. Limiting camping on public property. 2. Replacing the current jail with a new 1,000-bed facility outside of downtown. 3. Build a modern, relocated bus transfer station. And 4. Increase Spokane's very low police officer ratio of 1.55 to the national average of 2.31 officers per 1,000 residents. Engage with elected officials to ensure your voice is heard on these issues. Together, let us build a community we can all be proud of.